Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there, folks. Yeah, along with a link to my book, etc. Now, talking today about the child killer John Venables, who has been refused parole. Yes, the parole board have decided that he continues to be a menace to society and specifically to children. See, John Venables, who committed the murder of James Bulger in the year 1993, along with his accomplice Robert Thompson, he has been previously released from prison. He was released on licence in 2001, but was recalled very shortly afterwards after indecent images of children were found on his computer. So he's obviously infatuated with little children. He was returned to prison in February 2010 and subsequently released again in August of 2013. But he's been recalled back. He was recalled back in November of 2017 for the same offence. The same offence of viewing child pornography and obtaining indecent images of children. It beggars belief, really. I mean, I know that people do this, but I can't, I'm not of that mindset. It's difficult to understand why somebody would want to see that kind of nonsense. It is nonsense, isn't it? Hence, we have the name, which is used in prisons, of nonce, because it is nonsense. Yeah, that's the etymology of the term nonce, as used in prisons. Anyway, John Venables is remaining in custody for the foreseeable future because he's been refused parole. And the panel said that there was continuing concerns about his preoccupation with the sexual images of young children, and he posed a potential future risk, and that he had to come to the point where he could convince the professionals that he was not going to conduct this kind of behaviour again, and he has failed to do so. They said they didn't trust that what he was telling them was absolutely the case. And there's a problem with that, of course, is that when he comes out of prison, and he eventually will, because he won't stay in prison indefinitely, will he? I mean, if they could, let me say, ostensibly consider releasing Myra Hindley, then they can definitely consider releasing John Venables, because Myra Hindley was into multiple murders of children, not only the murders of children, but the abuse of children, the torturing of children, and the recording of their tortures. And she celebrated what she did alongside her disgusting, horrible scumbag, petty thief of a partner, Ian Brady, who I met on numerous occasions in Wormwood Scrubs. He eventually died in Ashworth Hospital, and I believe he at one time had put himself onto a starvation thing. He got on hunger strike. How sad is that? He wrote a book, Ian Brady, called The Two Faces of Janus. And I have got a copy signed by Colin Wilson, who wrote the foreword for the book. But Colin Wilson eventually, because I knew Colin Wilson, he decided that he was being used by Ian Brady to kind of sustain his self-impression that he was an intellectual. In actual fact, Ian Brady was a pseudo-intellectual who was far from an intelligent individual. He was a small-time crook and a child murderer. That was the extent of his abilities. But so that's today's little story, and it concerns John Venables, who will remain in custody. His identity, when he is finally released, will be obscured because he will be granted a form of anonymity, in that he will be allowed into the community again and relocated, supposedly rehabilitated, if he possibly can be. He's so far indicating that he can't be, because he has a predilection for pornographic images of young children. How on earth could anybody want that? But anyway, he obviously does, but the society is safer from him because the parole board has grown a pair and decided that he ain't coming out. He's staying in. Now, has anybody thought that they might like a live broadcast on here, on Tales from the Jails? I've done it a few times in the past. I will do it again. Just let's see if there's any interest. Let me know in the comments below if you would like a live broadcast, and we'll do it early in the new year, yeah? Probably around about the 3rd or 4th of January. If anybody would like that, let me know in the comments below down here. Just say, John, yes, I'd like to join in a live broadcast, and we'll do it at, say, one evening at, say, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. We'll have an hour, and then we can have, and there's a chat box, you can ask me questions there. How's about that then? Eh? It's a line from Jimmy Savile, oh, the dirty, horrible pervert. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read you a poem now. I better ring the ding-dong answer. Don't want Larry panicking. Hello, Paulo and Catherine. Not spoke to you for a bit. There we are. I'm trying to get on with writing the next book, by the way, but I'm busy as hell. Here we are. This is a poem. This is Sonnet 11. This is Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. I've previously read this on here, but I believe that this is a masterpiece from Shakespeare. And there's lines from here that you will recognise, you know. The darling buds of May. Now, where have you heard that before, yeah? So, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Well, Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? That's Tales from the Jails today, folks. Do like and subscribe, and let me know if you would like to do a live broadcast here. We'll do it one evening early in January. Thank you very much.